guys, it's TheFrXion here, Tiger Tank 1-2, however you wanna call me, I don't really care. And today we're back in World of Tanks, and today's video I actually didn't really plan to do. I haven't really been playing a lot of World of Tanks recently. I have missed the update 1.0.1, and it is a huge mistake by me not to look into this update as more thoroughly as other people have. Because I've missed a game mode that back in the days wasn't that fulfilling to me, and that was Frontlines. Frontlines was a game mode that was introduced to the game, I think 3 years ago, at tier 10 and tier 8, and it never really worked out. I didn't really get into it, I didn't like it that much. But they have turned it around. Frontline now is a new game mode, or at least the same game mode as before, but it's a lot more interesting. And what makes this game mode so interesting, that's definitely going to be the question that we want to answer at the end of this video. So, stick with me, and let's see what Frontline is all about. So, when you choose the game modes, you have Frontline right down below the random battle tab. And you will have a big little emblem in the middle of the screen, which will show you a specific number. And that number is the tier you're currently in. You can see we're at tier 6 in Frontline, and all in total, I think there are 30 tiers in Frontline. And Frontline will give you plenty of rewards by just playing it. So I'd say we first go into the introduction and we take a short look at some of the general ideas behind Frontline, the game mode, what its main feature is, and what your goal is supposed to be. So it's a tier 8 only game mode now. They reduced tier 10, or they actually took them out of it because it was not balanced enough. This is a game mode where only tier 8 tanks will face each other. And what's so special about this game mode is that it's not a 15 versus 15 scenario, it's a 30 versus 30 scenario. So 30 people on each team, 60 people total. That's a lot of tanks, and the map is a lot bigger. It's 9 square kilometers, so that's a very big map in World of Tanks standards, and it is actually partitioned in several layers. You can see right here there's one team that is supposed to defend certain turrets, these pillow boxes that you have to destroy as an attacker, and these pillow boxes are distributed at the back of the map. There are 5 of them, and you'll have to destroy all 5 of them as attacker, or 3 out of the 5 to win the game. Not all 5, no, excuse me. And these pillow boxes cannot be destroyed from the front, since they have very, very strong frontal armor, but they have very weak side and rear armor. 165 and 90 millimeters on the rear. There are some weak spots, like the door or the vents with 25 millimeters, and your main goal is to destroy them as an attacker, and as a defender, you're supposed to defend them. So how do you get to these guns? Well, first off, there are several areas that each team will start in. And since it's 3 layers, pretty much, there will be 3 teams. So 30 players on each team, that means 10 on each one of these grid squares. And the very left has to take A, the center has to take B, and the very right has to take C, and they can distribute. People can actually choose where they spawn, and there is a spawn limit, or a limit on each kind of turf, how many people can actually be in one of these squares. And when this limit is reached, you cannot spawn in that area anymore. So let's say you are able to push an entire flank, the A and D line, but you're having very, very big troubles pushing the C line. You will most definitely try to go through the D line and then try to get to turret 1, 2, and 3 instead of getting to turret 4 and 5. Now, obviously, there has to be some kind of distribution. It's very tactical in that kind of sense, but also it is a very huge chaotic mess, and that's so cool. That's so cool about it. That's something we haven't seen in World of Tanks. We have never seen that many players going in, and it's tier 8. It's only tier 8s against tier 8s, no tier 9s, no tier 10s. It's balanced matchmaking at one tier. Obviously, there are going to be better tanks because you can choose which tanks you want to take into battle. You can use all your tier 8 premium tanks that people have never really played that much because they get bad matchmaking or whatever. Now you can really enjoy these vehicles in this game mode, and that is what I think is really great about it. And it's a great farming method. I just played a game and I have earned 235,000 experience, or not, excuse me, credits. Experience would be off the charts. And I have earned quite a few goodies on the way there. And you can see that there are some special areas, like there are resupply circles where you can drive into and they will actually heal you, they will resupply your ammunition, and generally speaking, they will just buff you. But there are cooldowns to that. Once you drive into one of the squares, one of these circles, excuse me, you cannot use it for 2 minutes and something additional to that. Then you have to take bases. To be able to get to the next square, you have to take these bases. You have to take A first, then you have to get to D, and then you can attack the turrets. If you haven't reached that yet, well, you're unable going to be moving forward. So it's important that you capture these points. And what's very special about this game mode is that people can actually respawn. People are able to respawn with other tanks. So when you're playing a tank, you get destroyed, you can hop in the next tier 8 tank, and that is really cool because it's not going to be one battle where everyone has to be super careful how they're going to be playing because the game is going to be over any second now. No, actually, you are going to be playing several tanks, and people will probably be more aggressive because they know they can respawn, and it's going to be less of a campfest. And I think that's a good way of looking into this kind of game mode where no one really is in a stalemate. You know, people are pushing each other because they know that they can respawn. But still, you have to be careful because there are certain tanks that you can get, or basically respawn points that you can get that pile up in the left corner of your screen. And when you use them all up, you'll have to wait a specific amount of time, so you have to be careful still. So that the tactical element is still there, not just people rushing in there, you know, throwing themselves right into the battle and, you know, suiciding or whatever. Then a game can last much longer than a usual battle. It's no longer going to be a 7-8 minute battle or steamroll of 4 minutes. Average battle is about 23 minutes and a maximum battle is 35 minutes. So how is it going to work? Well, once you capture a point, let's say A, you will get additional time, I think 2 minutes. So all in total, if you capture all these 6 zones, well, you're going to be getting 12 minutes additional time. And I think it's, it's 23 minutes standard, and then plus the 12 minutes if you can get all the zones. And it actually has been working out. People have been all over the place. They've been playing a lot. And I think people are really enjoying this game mode right now. So, moving on, there are ranks. In each game, you're going to be starting off as private. And when you're playing and you're getting the objective, you're getting kills, you're getting damage, you'll rank up eventually in these different ranks. All the way up to general. I managed to reach general once. I played like 2 or 3 matches. The one I won where I did like 15,000 damage, I reached general, and you can see you get 1,200 tier progress that will go to the advanced, excuse me, to the other thing, and to your tier, to your frontline tier, and it will give you a 200% experience bonus. So what you can see right here, this game, I was major, I had 100% experience bonus, played the SDG guard and Lorraine 40T, and I managed to get 7,000 experience on both of these tanks. So at the same time, if you're trying to get a certain tank grinded at tier 8, let's for example, take a look at the VK 101P. For example, if I play this tank, I will get the additional experience if I reach general, which is really cool, right? And then you can grind at the same time. You can grind another tank. For example, I only have premium tanks at tier 8. Holy crap. For example, the ISM, I unfortunately don't have it fully unlocked or anything. I haven't even played it yet. You can just play this tank and get more experience by just playing the frontline game mode. But moving on, we're going to go to the reserves, combat reserves. Because when you're playing this game, you're going to get tokens. And what you can see right here is I have 2 tokens right now. And there are certain special abilities that you can unlock. For example, a recon flight. in the battle, there's like 210 seconds cooldown. When you die, this cooldown basically resets itself, so you have to wait 210 seconds again. And it will allow you to fly a recon plane that will check the surrounding area and spot enemy vehicles for you. It's really cool. Then you have artillery strike, which basically is, well, it says it's artillery strike, which will destroy tanks in that area, 10-meter impact area, 5-second deployment, 16 shells in the duration of 4 seconds. And you can upgrade this with the points that you have unlocked in each battle. And you can upgrade this to reduce the cooldown, to add some duration, to add more shells. And I think this is really cool. It gives you a drive to play Frontline, not just like, you know, it's a nice little gimmick. It will allow you to grind credits. It actually is a nice little additional token to try to get to a certain level. Then you have like the airstrike, you have engineering, which allows you to repair yourself, I think, or better repair speed. And we're just gonna go with Inspire and Smokescreen because we haven't unlocked these two yet. So now we've unlocked all 6 of them, and this is how you can actually place them on your vehicles. For example, we're gonna be playing the T-26, and we're gonna be playing a T-26 with Airstrike. We want an Airstrike on that one, and when we're playing, for example, the light tank, the Batchat 12T, we want Recon to be on that. Exactly, you can see the light tanks basically have more of these slots because they are light tanks and they will need some additional support. Other tanks, for example, as the medium tanks or tank destroyers have 2 of these, but I think it fits the light tank role to have at least 3 of them because they're going to be undergunned a lot of the time in that game. So what is very important when you're getting into a game is that you have the crew in each one of these tanks you want to play. For example, if I want to play the KV-5, I need to have the crew in the KV-5 because if it's not in the KV-5, it will not show in battle. For example, I want to play the Alpine Tiger. I will add my crew into this and I will be able to play the Alpine Tiger, but I will not be able to play 112, which kind of doesn't really bother me that much because they're basically the same tank. But yeah, just reskins. So what are the rewards? Let's take a look at the rewards. I know this video is a little longer. I know I'm a bit going around the mist, but I want to show you guys everything that there is to it. And I think it's really, really cool. So each time you reach a new level, like 6 to 10, you will get credits, you will get tokens, and you will get boosters, whatever. It's all very cool. And once you reach level 30, for the 4th time, you will receive 1,000 bonds. Bonds afterwards can be used for all kinds of stuff, for better equipment. And you can see with the prestige, if you have reached tier 30 once or twice, you can do the prestige again, and you will be able to unlock certain achievements, bonds, camouflages. That's really cool. I want to get the camouflages as soon as possible, and some emblems that you can use over there. So let's take a look at the advances, all the special medals you can unlock. So we can actually, like, there is so much stuff in here, and lots more overview of the map. When you like hit a place on the minimap, it will no longer be a square. It will be a ripple effect. Like, that's really cool. You can abandon the tank by hitting J and switching your vehicle if you don't have any more ammo, if you're stuck somewhere. There's overtime, there's improved HUD, there are battle facts, there's spectator mode, there's a new minimap. There is so much to talk about in Frontline. It's just so much interesting. So yeah, I think this is really cool. I'm really enjoying it right now, and I guess we will play this anytime soon. There's also a limit for 1 SPG per team, like per squad, and I think this is really good. And you can see there are like different achievements you can get. And I really want to get the Supreme Gun. I want to get the Small Army. I want to get all of them actually. And yeah. So, Frontline economy. Frontline has a positive economy. There are various new bonuses for players, including a hefty bonus to winning team. Repair costs for tanks are only paid once, no matter how often the tank is repaired in battle. If a consumable or directive is used, the effect remains active for the whole battle. That's really cool. You're going to be able to make a lot of credits if you're playing premium tanks. That's exactly what we're going to be doing. We're going to be activating a booster for an hour, and we're going to be playing Frontline. And it's probably not going to take very long because people are stacking each other up on these live servers right now to be able to play Frontline. So I have to say this real quick. Frontline is basically limited to a specific time zone. So I think it's from 12 p.m. all the way to 8 p.m. for me at least. And from 7 p.m. to 12 p.m. And from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. there is no way for me to play Frontline because of the time difference. That's basically because there are not enough people online, probably because people are, in the United States sleeping or working. So that kind of makes a lot of sense. And at the same time, this game mode will be available to the World of Tanks community until somewhere of June. I'm not sure if they're going to make it a permanent game mode. It would be really cool if they're making this a permanent game mode, but at the same time, I'm very excited to see more content, more events if they are on this level, on this quality level. So, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be playing on B, like in the center of the map. We're going to go to the zone immediately, and you basically will see how Frontline is going to pan out. The one grievance I have with Frontline right now is that attacking is a lot more fun than defending, in my opinion, and that the performance based on your hardware unfortunately doesn't really excel that well. That probably has to do with the engine and the sheer size of this map with 9 square kilometers that it has to render. Other than that, I'm very happy with the game mode, and I'd love to hear you guys' opinion because this game mode certainly has piqued my interest again in World of Tanks, and I think for a lot of other people as well, because I've seen a lot of people coming back online that I haven't seen online for years, and I think this is a great turn of events, especially with their current events that they had with the Progetto, with the different events before that. I completely forgot about them, but I'm really happy that they're doing something to make this game better than it already is. And we're going to be playing a bit aggressively here. It's probably not going to be the best choice though. Oh, we can actually break this house. I didn't know that. And now we're kind of stuck in this very awkward position. But doesn't really matter, we can respawn still. We're going to fall back to this house because they cannot break down this building. Oh, and we ammo-racked the 12T. That's what he gets for trying to outflank us in that vehicle. Yeah, unfortunately, I haven't really played B ever before. I'm a bit too aggressive right here, and I'm probably going to die any second now. And that's not too bad, because obviously you're going to be able to respawn. But what you can see down in the bottom left corner right there is I have one more tank to respawn in. When I die one more time, like if I die very, very quickly during that time, we're just gonna go with the Primo Victoria. It will basically take me 2 minutes to be able to respawn. And basically what you're seeing right here is that defending the very first zones, at least B and A for that matter, are kind of difficult. Especially B with the big kind of mountain in the middle, where you have to get actually behind the mountain into the zone to be able to do anything. So what you can see right here is if I die right now, I will have to wait 2 minutes to be able to get the next vehicle. Thus, I'm going to be out of the battle for 2 minutes, and that's exactly not what you want. So they're capturing B right now, and you can see that they're only showing us which wherever you're fighting your battles in. A is almost captured and C is still holding out, but we're having some troubles with B and with A. We're lacking some of the tanks. I think we have already lost some of the tanks completely. And we're gonna have a recon plane, I think, here coming in any second now. So there's a T-34B. He's not gonna be able to penetrate our turret because of this crazy Centurion turret that actually was first introduced on this vehicle. So it's kind of an awkward position for me, at least. I'd like to say it, to remark it like that. Awkward position. They're capturing the zone right there. There's a UDES over there. And there's a T-34B trying to shoot us right over there. But we are actually able... Are we going to be able to... Oh no, we're not going to be able to fit through that little tiny hole.
We have lost Zone B. Leave the sector as
And now we have lost Zone B. So basically, I have to leave the zone. If I don't leave the zone, artillery is going to bash me, and we have 50 seconds to get out of this zone, or planes or whatever artillery are going to destroy us, because we should not be in this zone because they just captured it. And you can see it's not looking too good for my team right now. We do have lost the first sectors on every map. Well, actually, A has managed to retake it. B was just captured. A is still in our control. And C have actually managed to get the zone back. So we're gonna just look right over here, get behind the line, and see if we can actually engage them again once the artillery barrage is going to stop. Because I hope that we can take over B again, because I've never been able, we have actually never lost the zone.
Heavy artillery is ready.
And it looks like they actually take over the zone. Holy crap, that's not what I wanted. And you can't retake the zone. Wow. So basically, once you lose it, you've lost it for good. And that's painful. That's painful. You can see we're sergeant right now on the top left corner, right? And when you're doing damage, when you're taking like the base, or you're defending the base, you're getting these, you're getting the experience that you'll need to rank up. And now we have artillery strike that I want to show you guys. Where we can call in some Audi and support these guys. We're gonna call it on the Primo Victoria, all the way over there. And we're gonna not be able to see it because it's very far away from us. But we might just see it in the left corner if we're gonna get something out of this. So there's a Progetto. He just peaked. I'm not sure if he's going to do it again, but I hope. Unfortunately, that's not gonna work out. There's T-34B. There's a Scorpion over there. So it's a very awkward fight right now because we don't have any real targets at the moment, and we're very close to their zone still nonetheless. So what I'm gonna try to do right here is help this defender with this T-34.
Zone A has been lost. Attackers
And now we lost Zone A, unfortunately. But it's definitely time for me to fall back. Let's put one more shell into the Scorpion. We're unable to do that. Now we have to take some defensive positions over here. It would be great if we had like a place where we could repair very close to us, because we could repair our tank a lot faster and we would be able to get into the battle immediately again. But right now we're in a very tight spot. There's a Scorpion over there. We are possibly getting flanked at the same time right now. Actually, our defender has that that side covered. And we'll actually need to cross this part of the map to get over here, to have a better position, to be able to fire at these guys that are on the ridgeline, for example, that Scorpion G. Oh my god, come on, come on, come on, come on. It's just so difficult when he has such great cover right there. And this tank is very accurate. This is one of the best guns at tier 8. Like, one of the best premium vehicles that I have purchased in the last few months or years. So we have actually been pushed back all over the map, as you can see right here. And when I like click on the map, you can see that there is no longer the grid kind of square thing. That obviously doesn't make any sense in this kind of game mode because there's only a huge grid. There are no longer like these little grids, these grid squares. And you can see we're being driven back on all fronts, but they still have 8 minutes left. So if we can hold out for 8 more minutes, we're going to be able to win this match. It's going to be very difficult for them to push through all 3 defenses at the same time, but it looks like F is not doing very well. F is not doing very well. There are only a handful of tanks over there. What you can see right here is all of these tanks have been knocked out completely, and they need their tanks back. They have been completely knocked out. They don't have any more respawn tickets, thus they're kind of stuck in a limbo. And yeah, now reinforcements have arrived and they're back in the game. So obviously for the attacking team, a moment like that will definitely be a huge problem for one of these zones, because if they take F now, if the other flank of F doesn't hold them back, a lot of stuff will go wrong, because they will basically push through F, they will go to our turrets, and they will take him out. So we have to be careful over here. We need to relocate to help our team out at F, because F is not doing well. D is being attacked as well, so we're just gonna go and see if we can actually come up from behind on these guys between E and D, because they are not very interested in E, and F has been taken basically. There is no way we're gonna be able to take F.
Enemy got extra time.
We have just lost, or have been added 2 more minutes to this match, which really doesn't help us out right here. So this is a very risky maneuver I'm doing. I'm pushing all by myself into enemy territory where several tanks have been spotted last, and they're right behind this mountain. But somebody has to see if they can work these guys from behind. If we can do that, that would be great. But I haven't even spotted a single tank over here. There's a T-32. It's right over there. He's gonna turn his turret to us, towards us right now. We'll put another round into him. Now we've been lit. I'm not sure if they're gonna be pushing us. And you can see that we're losing D. We have to do something about D. So I'm gonna move over here. And this is a very risky maneuver I am doing right now. I'm gonna drop the artillery on their last known position right there in the corner of the map, because now it's very important that we see if we can hold D and we can reset the general cap. We're in a very tight position right now. This Type 59 really has to side hug me right here. Yeah, and we get taken out. So we're not doing that great. We're only a sergeant right now. Our flank has been completely ignored up until this point. So what we have to do right now is we have to get some... It's not looking good for us. Defending is very difficult, I have to be honest. I think we have to get some big guns in the match. The problem is we're probably just lost E as well. Oh, this is very awkward. So we're gonna be in our Swedish tank destroyer, and we'll just see if we can snipe because we have just lost E. There's one Löwe over there trying to hold that position, and he was just obliterated by something. So yeah, this is you can see it's very frustrating once you kind of get into these situations where you can't do a lot. 3,000 damage in such a game mode, that's not really that amazing. We have a lot of people that are currently taken out of the game that cannot respawn because they used up all of their reinforcements, and they have some very, very good players right there that are pushing through our defenses like we are not even there. So, what can you say to that? Well, it's still wall of tanks because they can still steamroll you, and it's definitely a team-based game mode where you will have to rely on your team. And I think that's not bad. It's not as bad when you're losing like a standard match, because obviously winning is a lot better. If you're winning, you're gonna be getting a lot more credits and experience. And we have to leave the sector again. Oh god. Oh no. There's a Progetto and he's shooting at me. Actually, he just fired all 3 of his rounds. That was maybe not the smartest thing to do in such a situation. We have to get out of the zone immediately. We're gonna get... Oh, he just double-tracked me, what the heck? Oh my god. Oh, there was a track again. I'm just gonna leave the tank. That is not gonna work out for us. Yeah, just when I'm making the video, I get like super destroyed. This is always happening. I basically cannot do any live commentary or any live gameplay because whenever I'm doing those and I'm trying to play, I just get completely whacked. That's just how this game works. That's just how it works sometimes, and you can't do anything against that. So I'm gonna be playing the Progetto because I will need some kind of mobile tank right now. I know that we don't really need to move around that much, but I just want to play a tank that will allow me to, you know, get around a bit faster and do something against these tanks. And you can see these huge guns over here are absolutely massive. These fortifications, they look really cool. And there you have like the door over there and the ventilator. Oh, excuse me. And the vent on the very top. And yeah, we have to see that we can restore some of our honor. I've never been in this part of the map. I've never been in this city area. And I want to see how far...
Objective 1 under attack.
What we can do right here. Unfortunately, this is a very kind of stalemate-like situation. And we're just gonna see if we can actually roll around this. And you can see we're losing objective 1. There's like a shit ton of tanks just roaming right through the objective right there. And we'll have to see what we can do. So we're getting up the hill right here. We'll need to see if we can do something against all of these tanks hiding in the back. This looks really cool. Like, this is like the castle of Himmelsdorf, I think. Very similar, at least.
Objective 1.
That looks really cool. I mean, look at this intricate design. Gotta give him big props. The map look really cool. The map looks really cool. Excuse me. And it's a lot of fun to actually roam through around here. Let's not get hit by the T-32. It's actually one of the tanks you can get for free to be able to play this game mode. So everyone is included. No one is being excluded in this kind of scenario, and I think that's exactly how it should be. Let's see if we can snap some shots at this T-32.
Our general has entered the field.
Yeah, I've become a general once, not in this game though. Unfortunate, but we're a lieutenant now. And you can see how quickly you can actually rank up in this game mode. Once you kind of get some damage in, you're going to rank up rather easily. And I think it's good. I think it's balanced as it is right now. I don't see it as a big issue. And I think it's great that no one is really competing with you. At least, I mean, you're still competing. Everyone wants to be a general or similar, you know, get the highest rank. But I don't think you're really competing because everyone can do that by just playing their vehicles. So our turret 2 over here is being obliterated right now.
We have lost objective 2.
It's
Only one left.
It's very tense, this game. And now we finally get some shots. We're gonna be able to get some shots maybe on these guys. Get this SM. We missed. We actually just wasted a shot right there. Hitting a T-32 is actually a lot easier than hitting a defender at the side. And defender, obviously, I think it's the first choice for a lot of people because it's just such a powerful tank. It's definitely overpowered. And that's a reason why so many people actually choose to play that right now. Basically, I cannot blame him. And we're getting shot from the back somewhere over there, a T-28 prototype. And I kind of excuse myself for the bad frame rate. That's exactly what I meant previously. The frame rate is just not working out. There is too much stuff going on. They have to tune something down. And I might need to tune down my settings. I haven't had like 30 FPS or 40 FPS in a very, very long time of tanks. So they're basically breaking through right here. There's a T-44 FL coming up on the hill any moment now. And we're just gonna run away. We're not gonna waste our last shell because it's important for us to be able to have the additional reload time. And we're gonna be running away. He's still behind us. Oh no, we're running in the worst tank that there is in this game. Defender, and now we're just gonna run into the opposite direction again. No, come on! We only got one more shot into him. The other one was unfortunately just a track shot. So yeah, you can see it's very tense. People are running all over the place. Like there are 30 people in like one square from one enemy team. Imagine how crazy that is. And we're just gonna pop in the most heavily armored tank that we can get, and that is the VK101P, and we're just gonna see if we can do some more damage. We're probably gonna lose the turret 4 any moment now, or turret 5. Both of them are very badly hit, and yeah, I think this will probably wrap up this game. You can see in the end, performance-wise, it is a bit crazy because there's just so much going on. There's so many tanks, and I have the feeling that this game is not supposed to support that much going on at the same time with this new engine. I would love for them to tweak it a little bit.
All main objectives have been lost.
And unfortunately, we're going to be losing this match. We did try, but their team was just better. So basically, this was my very first live impression video on the Frontline game mode. I hope you guys did enjoy. I certainly do enjoy this game mode. I really like it. And now we're going to be able to see how much credits we're going to be able to do. And you can just see 350 experience to the next rank. That's not too much. 242,000 credits. Now that is with a booster, to remind you, a 50% increase. Without the booster, I think we would have done 161,000. That would have still been a total of 100,000 credits. Actually, without premium. And you can see there auto repair and the resupply costs that you have to face. I think it was very nice. 182,000 base, or 182,000 credits that we have just made. And now we're at 1.8 million. and I need those credits for the next few tanks that I'm going to be unlocking. So, as always, I hope you guys did enjoy, and I hope you're going to check out Frontline. It's a banging new game mode. I absolutely adore it, and I'll be playing some more, and I'll see you guys on the next one.